Spurgeon here with RevZilla to give you the detailed breakdown on the Nexx XG10 helmet available at RevZilla.com. So what you're going to notice is that there is a Nexx XG10 in front of me, and this is going to be the Muddy Hog graphic. First thing you're going to notice is that the Muddy Hog graphic on the XG10 is going to be done a little bit differently than what you've seen on the XG100. Keep in mind, the XG100 is going to be that full face retro helmet, where the XG10 is now going to be your 3/4 retro inspired helmet with this. So what you want to know when you're thinking about comparing the 3/4 helmets that are out there in the market, with the XG10, it is going to be an X-Matrix composite shell with 3 different shell sizes available. Why this is important is some of those 3/4 lids that you're going to see out there have a larger, more bulbous shape to them, and by giving you 3 different shell options, it allows Nexx to really cut down the overall size of the helmet, so you get something that looks a little bit more normal when it's sitting on your head. When we threw this on the scale, it also affected the weight. It came in at 2 pounds, 2 ounces, so you get a nice lightweight feel from this, and the helmet does carry an ECE DOT rating with it. Now, as far as overall fitment is concerned, with the XG10, we find that it's going to be a neutral oval, and by neutral oval, we mean it fits a little bit shorter front to back, a little bit more room on the side of your heads. So if you're rocking a little bit of a round-shaped noodle on top of your shoulders, it's definitely going to fit your head shape a little bit better. Now, getting into what you're seeing right now. First and foremost, there's going to be a variety of different graphics, and you're going to notice these are all going to kind of feature the MRC, the Maria Motorcycle Club. And what you're going to notice with this is the reason they're focusing on Maria makes no qualms about the fact that they are looking towards Deus motorcycles as a huge inspiration. So these guys are going to be making custom bikes, they're going to be making surfboards, skateboards, and a mean cup of coffee, and they're based in Portugal, same as Nexx. So Nexx is doing a lot of these retro race-inspired graphics with their XG10 to really pay homage to another Portugal brand. So when you're looking at the front on this, what you're going to see vary between the different graphics on the XG10 is the fact that the binding is going to change. So for the Muddy Hog, you're going to see it's going to be done with a nice stitching around that. And you're also going to notice that the cheek pads are not done in leather. These are going to have more of a 3D mesh to them, where that the other graphics you'll see will be done in a leather cheek pad. So there are some variations in the overall construction when you're looking at the different graphics. They just kind of fine-tune which one fits the graphic better. The other thing you'll notice, if you're looking at just the product photos, all the product photos include the peak visor. The peak visor is an add-on. Around that $30 price point, you can add the peak visor to it, but it does not come included. There's 3 different colors for the peak visor, so you can kind of fine-tune the overall look that you're going for, and you can match that to whatever goggles you want to strap on the back of this, or on the front of this rather. So just spinning this around, what you're going to notice first and foremost, there's no vents on this, but you're still getting that massive amount of air just kind of pushing through, so you do get that airflow right to your face, but you're not going to see any kind of venting on the back, and the graphics are going to be done with a really nice hand touch to it. It almost has like a hand-painted feel. The other thing you're going to notice, in addition to the Muddy Hog that you've seen with the full-face version, is that on this version of the Muddy Hog, all the graphics are going to be done in a black and white, where they're very colorful on the full-face XG100. They're definitely going to be a little more of that black and white feel with this. The other thing you notice is just the attention to detail that Nexx does. Right here where you have the helmet strap buckle for the outside where the pin goes through, they just emboss it with helmets for life. So there's a really nice attention to detail in all the little pieces on this helmet. So speaking of attention to detail, let's flip it out or around and just take a look at the inside of this right now. So pulling this out, first you're going to notice the inside liner is done with a really nice houndstooth, just gives it an overall vintage feel, and the entire inside of this is going to be removable. So one of the things that I like is if you do want to clean it, or if you do want to replace cheek pads or parts, you can go ahead and it's just going to be a nice, easy in and out for the cheek pads. You're going to see a nice comfort liner with this, and again, 3D sweat wicking mesh with this. And the other thing you're going to notice as we pull these out, there are little indentations, so if you want to run speakers in here, you can have a little indentation where the speakers will go. Nice addition for a 3/4 helmet. Pulling this all out, you're going to notice the cheek pads are removable, and then you do have a fully removable liner as well. Really nicely done with Velcro, so it's easy in, easy out, and you're not going to have to worry about snaps pushing down on your forehead. As you get through here, you can see simple interior with this, but what they do is they have a really nice premium touch with the liner. Again, there's no snaps. This is going to Velcro right in, so there's no additional pressure points on the front of your head to cause you discomfort. The other thing that Nexx does that I really like is they include additional pads in both 2mm and 4mm thicknesses, so you can fine tune exactly how the helmet fits you by affixing these to the interior of the liner and then putting the actual comfort liner back in. So nice little touches to the Nexx XG10. And that kind of goes with everything that we've been talking about with this. While there's a lot of 3/4 helmets out there on the market, one of the things that Nexx has done is they've just given you more of a premium touch to this. So you do have this stitch binding around the top. You do have all the little niceties. You do have the embossment when we're talking about the snaps on the outside. And the fact that you can fine tune the fit is just a nicer step up over some of the other 3/4 that we're seeing out there on the market. Now there's a lot of riders out there that are utilizing Nexx helmets on their rides. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there using the XG10 on their retro-inspired motorcycle. If you have more questions for us, never hesitate to pick up the phone, give us a call, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Nexx XG10 detailed breakdown. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.